Friend of the show back again, Lecrae. They give it up for Lecrae on the program.
Hey. Now, he's an actual friend of the show. You throw the word friend of the show around like something I've never even seen.
Well,
You say
people
friend of the
come
show.
back multiple times.
No, Ebro, you say it to people who have sniffed here. They walked by once to go to Juice Press, and you're like, friend of the show, Lecrae comes by. When he's in town, he comes through.
I see what you just did there.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
He's a real friend of the show.
I support.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's love.
So let me ask you, you have a new song with Ty Dolla Sign.
Yes, I do.
And how did that relationship come about? That's kind of like an unexpected pairing.
Yeah.
You being somebody that is seen as religious, and Ty Dolla Sign, who is a philandering, weed-smoking,
dare you, but he's a father.
Savage.
But he's a father, and he's a good man.
Ty is like, man, that's the homie, man. I met Ty at like a South by Southwest in like 2011. He was actually chilling with Ninth Wonder and Terrace Martin.
I love hearing that.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I met up with Ninth. We was eating and Ty was in there. I was like, man, who's this dude with this neck tattoo? And then I just checked him out, and I was like, hey, he's hella
so you
dope.
guys know each other for a while. This was even before he was.
Yeah, so I met him way back then, and then it was like, it's just mutual love. You know, when the free TC movement was going on, I was letting them know, like, I rock with TC and just like, praying for him and the whole nine. So it's just like mutual love. And so I know it's weird from the outside looking in, but it's like a lot of mutual.
It's not really. He's mute. I mean, when you remove all of the,
the
beliefs and whatever, and he's a phenomenal musician, songwriter, and you are awesome as well.
Yeah.
Are you on steroids or you have some shoulder pads in? What's going on here?
Nah, bro, that's just that's
the gym.
That's the gym life. When you
you in there?
When you the righteous rapper in the
performance
world, baby.
Performance enhancing rappers.
Oh my God.
That's what it feels like.
You got to be able to protect yourself out here in these streets, man.
Why?
Cause man, you never know what it's.
People do tests.
Wait, people test you?
I've been tested a time or two. You know what I mean?
Based on?
I mean, it could be whatever. It could be, man, it could be like.
I would assume people walk up to Lecrae like, thank you, love your words, love your perspective, you're a positive dude.
Some bro, some.
Some people are crazy though. Like I've had crazy people, you know what I mean?
And then some people probably doubt you. They feel like you're too nice, you're too soft. You have to let them know what time it is, right?
That's real.
That's why De La Soul was always fun.
Well, true, but I want to meet the person who meets Lecrae and sees like, this is the person I want to test.
Right.
Yeah.
The person who literally is trying to uplift people and bring people. I want to meet that person.
Yeah. Well, some people don't believe you. Some people think it's like it's a front, and so they're like, "Yo, man, come on, man, come off that." And it's like, "Come off? What are you talking about right now?"
Yeah. By the way, of all the things to front, I just wouldn't understand fronting on
faith.
And it's like, no offense, kind of boring. I mean, I love faith, but I mean, it's not like, yo, I'm gonna try to show everyone, yo, you ain't gonna believe how much faith I got. I mean, I don't care how much faith you got. As long as it makes you a better person, that's really all that matters. But like,
yeah, man, it's a weird world.
I get fronting for jewelry and women, stuff like that, which is stupid also, but that makes more sense.
Yeah. Lecrae, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I wanted to ask you, I saw that you have a new song on the soundtrack to The Shack, the new movie with Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, Octavia's dope, man. The movie, I gotta see it. That's powerful.
What is the movie about?
So it's like, I don't want to give too much away, but it's like a guy who, loses his daughter, and he's going through like this turmoil. Like, yo, man, I'm mad at the person who did it. I want to kill the person who did it. I'm mad at God. I'm mad at everybody. And then he's got his own personal issues with his dad. So all this stuff kind of comes to surface, and he has to wrestle through it all. And he has this, is it a dream or experience? I don't know, but. He just goes through this process and he comes out on the other side of it like healthy. So it was dope. Like it changed. It was like really like impactful.
And it's about faith and all those things.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's good. Like if you don't subscribe to any religion or anything like that, I think it's still a good movie for you to see. You know what I'm saying? So
I was gonna ask you before Laura's question, because you were talking about people not being believed and et cetera, et cetera. Chance also has been very religious in his music, and like you guys hear Chance. Me and you talked about this, right, Rosenberg? Where you hear Chance's album is like it's a very religious album.
For me, let me put it this way: for me to be driving around on a regular basis, listening to an album that's like talking about very religious imagery. Yeah, like, I remember the first time my wife heard it, and my wife is not religious at all. Yeah. The first time my wife heard it, she like looked at me like, "What are we listening to?"
See, I was on the other side,
and then she fell in love with it, but it almost in spite of how religious it is.
I was on the other side. Yes, there's religious tones, but there's also smoking weed tones, and I've been drinking all night. I've been drinking all night.
That's always weird to me. Like this. So what trips me out is like how people will be like, yo, that's too religious, but like never too irreligious, right? Like where's that line?
No, and by I have that line. Like I will have there's music I just can't listen. We talk about like this. I'm too old to hear about you doing these things that I just don't find appropriate. So yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, that's like on Future's album. There's a song. What's the song I like? Mask Off. But the hook of the song is
Molly Percocet.
I can't Molly Percocet. You just can't just say Molly and Percocet.
Oh, you're just
over
naming
and over
drugs,
again.
just naming drugs.
Be like, oh, this is dope. Like you did that.
But it feels good.
Can't trying to think of what's the kid? Casanova, right? Which is don't run and gunshots and bang bang bang, right? Like so we
That's
get that
true.
at the radio station. And I see what you're saying where people are like, yo, you're mad religious. Like what's the deal?
I'm like, hey man, let them fly. If you're gonna let this fly, let this fly. Like let Chance live. You know what I'm saying?
Did you like the Chance album?
Yeah, I thought it was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I think to me it's a person who's being real and navigating through their real life. You know what I mean? Because that's how most people, like honestly, that's how most people of faith like navigate. It's like, man, I'm not this way all the time. I got these struggles. I got these wrestles. He's just bold enough to put it all out on the table. Like Monday, I need a smoke break, and Sunday I'm like, how great is my God? And you know, Wednesday I'm ready to fight somebody. You ain't got no problems. It's like,
No, that was the one we didn't believe.
Yeah,
we gotta call him.
Like,
we got
what dreads you got in what lobby?
Yeah,
and why are you so upset that people keep trying to give you a record deal?
Chance got some shooters on deck?
I mean, I hope not.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I hope not. Your dad works for the mayor. Like, why would you
I
have
don't think Chance has shooters.
I think it was hyperbolic when he said dreads in the lobby. And furthermore, you're right. If one more label try to call me,
sign me, or was it rob me?
Rob me because
me.
it's lobby. Rob me.
Right.
One more label try to rob me.
Rob
Listen,
you
I get
how?
it. Yeah, but they're not literally going to run up on you, so you can just say no when they call. You don't need to bring dreads to the lobby.
Feel good.
So, have you and Chance have a relationship?
I met him like a couple times, but it's nothing like serious. But you know, hopefully in the future, you know, we'll chop more.
That's somebody you'd want to collab with for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I respect, man,
right?
dude,
At this
dope.
point.
Yeah, at this point. Yeah, I think he's amazing.
Once you
Stop
got
me. One more label try to stop me.
Stop me.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I understand. In that case, forget it. Bring the dreads. I get it.
Got it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Now it all makes sense.
Now it all makes sense.
Lecrae, let's get to this Ty Dolla $ign record. There was a couple other things I want to deal with while we have you here. So intro this record. Let's play it.
Yeah, man, this is Blessings featuring Ty Dolla $ign, man.
Wait, Blessings? You got a Blessings now too?
Listen,
There's blessings everywhere, man.
But listen.
People gonna say you coming for Chance.
I know what they gonna say, but when the song when it was written a long time ago, we couldn't change the title, it felt too good.
Don't start gospel beef, B.
And look,
don't
man,
start.
I'll be tight.
Oh,
Yo,
stop.
God beef out
Blessings
here.
are everywhere.
Blessing beef.
That's right.
Y'all got blessing
blessings,
beef?
It's enough blessings to go around,
That's
bro.
a very
Come
good
on,
point.
man. It's enough blessings to go around. We need
Gospel
more blessings.
beef.
Facts.
What's wrong with
Blessings
Yo,
you?
I hear
on
there is
blessings on
gospel beef out here.
Hey,
I'm sure there is.
I don't want no,
Y'all know these churches and these choirs be going at it.
I don't want no parts of that.
Play the record. Play the record. I'll shut up now.
The record's dope, man. You know, it's just, hey, listen, if you woke up this morning, before you complain, be grateful you got breath to complain with. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. So here's the song.
It's Hot 97, Ebro in the morning. Lecrae is here. When's the album coming out, bro?
Album's coming out, man. Let's say early summer, somewhere around there. Yeah.
I saw some rumblings upon the internets
Uh-huh.
that there are spiritual people who consider themselves Christians
Sure.
who had an issue with you speaking up for people of color.
Absolutely facts.
What?
What?
So
Facts.
can you detail what happened here?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it from the perspective of, you know, conservative, like evangelicals is, you know, that's kind of a thing. And I think they lump you all in one box. Like, oh, you believe in Jesus? Well, you're in this box with these people who vote this way, who see things from this perspective. And
You're like, nope, no, I'm not.
yeah, absolutely. So then it's like, whoa, well, if now you're too liberal, or now you're too progressive, or now you're too whatever it is, and your faith now comes into question. You know what I mean? So it's just it's a weird mix where you know, they say, well, we're not buying your records anymore. We don't support you. We made you. This type of like, you know.
And these were white people or black people?
No, these is definitely, I mean, white evangelicals. You know what I
Got
mean?
it.
And I mean, this, you know, not to typecast, because I'm sure it's not everybody, but there was a great contingent of people who felt like that. You speak up about Mike Brown, Trayvon. You speak up about the
police
pipeline,
brutality.
police brutality, and it's kind of like now all of a sudden you are stepping outside of the realm that you should exist in.
That's some real slave shit right there, bro. That's some
I was
real
like,
like
man, I
you
can't tap
you
dance.
focus on the Bible.
Right.
If you focus
Right.
on
They
the Bible,
did,
black man, we support you. Do
Yeah.
not
Other
have an
than that,
opinion of your own.
They did
That
that to
is-
King. That's exactly what they did
so
to King.
crazy.
It was like, yo, you need to stick to preaching and stop trying to like march. You know what I mean?
Oh, how dare you uplift your people? You take this Bible that we gave y'all when y'all was enslaved, that kept y'all in a certain place, and stay in your place.
Yeah, man. So it's been a wild ride, but I appreciate the love, you know what I mean, and just the support that people from, you know, all kinds of walks have you know, come and supported me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you know, people see you position yourself with somebody, and it's kind of like they don't know what to do with it. Their head explodes. So it's like, how can Lecrae and Killer Mike coexist? And it's like, you know, I actually got a line on the album where I say, you know, how can he love Jesus, Kanye and K-Dot, Martin, Malcolm, and Schaefer, Mitsubishi, and Maybach? You know what I mean? It's like, it seems contradictory, but really they're complementary. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes you the whole of who you are. All those.
Yeah, why would anyone think that about you and Killer Mike specifically? Because Killer Mike goes to strip clubs and smokes weed?
And I think they would say, you know, they would say like he's too liberal to, you know what I mean, for like somebody like, because they assume your moves. They assume like,
So just because you are a man of faith,
Yeah.
that means you're conservative?
absolutely.
Oh. Well, I mean, listen, I guess sometimes that can be true, but that's so often
the
not
most
true.
And they're
ridiculous
awesome, but see, the thing
assertion.
is,
Sounds
I'm
so
complex.
crazy.
Don't try to make me conservative or liberal. Make me complex. I'm a complex human.
So do these people, they're Christians. These are
Sure,
Christians,
sure,
right?
sure,
So that
yeah.
means they follow Christ
Yeah.
and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And in their studies of this man, they thought that he was a conservative?
Well, see, I call it Ameri-Christianity versus Christianity. There's a difference. So, you know what
What's
I'm saying?
Because Jesus Christ was not a conservative.
What's Jesus' line about a rich man could no sooner get into heaven than...
Yeah. Like, you know, it's easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than a rich man to get to heaven. Like, yeah, no, he was definitely not what I think is painted here in America right now. And I think people are going to be surprised when you know, it's like, oh, I didn't, you know, you die, you meet him, and it's like, oh, wow, you're a brown man, and you're not.
And you accepted everybody.
Well,
and
I mean, we could keep going down that path of how people look. This country was founded by revolutionaries who were speaking out against oppression.
Yeah.
And were fighting for their rights.
Yeah.
And here we stand today, and you ain't supposed to do that, or you get critiqued by the people who somehow call themselves patriots,
and Christians,
and Christians,
which is kind of amazing.
But again, you know, it's like not to typecast, but I mean, there's a contingent, and I hate that, you know, people get put into these boxes so quickly, like instantly. If you're not Republican, you're Democrat. If you're not liberal, you're conservative, and it's kind of like
It doesn't
you don't
work like that.
Yeah, you don't leave room for people to be complex individuals who have different views than you do on all types of different things. You know what I mean? So. I mean, they'll see sooner or later, or they won't see.
You were in the military, yes?
I wasn't, but my whole family was.
Your whole family
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And you vote?
Yeah, absolutely.
You voted this time around?
I did.
You voted for, if you don't mind sharing, Donald Trump.
I did not.
Oh.
No, you did not.
I helped him out. I wanted to help him out.
That would have been a twist, bro. We went through that whole conversation. He was like, "No, I voted for Trump."
How do you feel things are going? Because you travel, you're from
Atlanta.
yeah. So but you travel all around, and
Yeah.
obviously you live in the
See,
semi-conservative South, so you see
Georgia
some things.
is conservative. Georgia is the South, but
Atlanta
Atlanta's
not so much, right?
Atlanta's not. As soon as you walk outside Atlanta, it's a whole different story. But I saw it though, because you know I do shows in Middle America. I do shows in like in what you would call them the silent majority, you know, cities. You know what I mean? So I've had shows when it's like you leave New York City, you get up to Elmira, New York. That's not the same as New York City. You know what I mean? So I saw that coming. I wasn't like taken aback, like, how did this happen? You know, I was like, I saw the stickers. I saw the Make America Great Again signs all over America. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, dang, man, what in the world happened? So, but.
Us here in our little bubble of liberal, you know, progressive activism of New York
island.
City, we're like, how dare they?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the world we live in today?
Forget.
We forget there's a whole world out there.
Right.
And you believe anything that Trump says? Are you paying attention?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm paying attention, but I'm not convinced. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is okay. Now I get it. Like, not at all. Like,
not there yet.
Nah, not at all. I mean, but
and did it strike you peculiar that the most racist individuals that we could find on planet Earth in America love this man? That's the part of it that blows my mind.
But you
is
can't.
that literally they were celebrating in the streets like a grand wizard got elected president.
Yeah.
You pander to them.
That part's so crazy.
Pandering to them, man. It's like you pander, you cater to their views.
Or was it just that they got a white man and it wasn't a black man?
Nah, there was a lot of dog whistling going on. There's a lot of pandering, a lot of stuff that was happening. And I mean, you know, and this is not even to like, you know, draw these lines in the sand, but at the same time, it's kind of like when you promising people in these communities jobs, and you know, it's like people pander to the black community all the time.
They just did. They
just did right now.
They ran up there to
That's
get,
what I'm
you know,
saying. So it's like,
money, and then, you know, he's talking about he's fixing what's going on in the hood and black communities, et cetera, et cetera. We gonna see.
Yeah, we gonna see. Well, I mean, you know, we got a long ride.
Yeah,
we got 4 years, man. So it's a long ride. Buckle up.
And you being a battle rap fan, how do you like this Remy and Nicki Minaj situation?
The question is, how do you like it?
I love it.
Okay.
I'm here for
it. I mean,
I'm so into it. Listen, bro. They couldn't go better for anybody in this scenario than me.
Ebro's new name, Ebro, a.k.a. Young.
It's good for hip hop, man. It's a competitive sport.
Now let me ask you something. If you're in Nicki Minaj's situation, you're a pop star, right?
Yeah.
Remy Ma is the people streets favorite. Like, we've loved Remy forever, right? It's her zone.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Nicki Minaj, would you have already responded?
It depends on what matters to me. So if I'm the type of person that's like, yo, the ear of the streets, the ear of hip hop, like, yo, they matter. This is what matters to me. Then I gotta like, yo, I'm gonna be up for 12 hours penning, you know, to come
pulling
up,
it together.
You know what I mean?
For the culture.
Yeah, but if it's like, my family's getting fed, I'm out here eating, this is my job, I love what I do, I'm just here to make this music, this is not nothing to me, then I'm gonna just, you know, keep it moving. So,
interesting.
You know, it's all about how she sees it.
You guys give it up for Lecrae one time. Love seeing you.
Yeah.
Always love our talks.
Absolutely.
The
man.
album when?
Album's coming this summer, man. So stay tuned.
Any collaborations you want to share that you think pique our interest?
I mean, you know, I got records with a lot of people.
Chance the Rapper, Lecrae.
Hey, we'll see. You know, it's never too late. But you know, I got good records, man. Records with everybody from, you know, Metro to
Lecrae Gangsta Boo.
Hey, nah, ain't no gangsta.
You just gonna make up features for him? You ask him a question. Why are you making up features? Well, why don't you tell us who you want?
Lecrae Cardi B.
Wow, strong.
You never know, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It could go anywhere.
I'm not going for shock factor. I'm just going for good music. We're gonna see what happens, man. But yeah, it'll be a good record. I think people gonna enjoy it, man. It's my best work. Everybody says it's my best work. It's my best work, though.
Okay.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
In knowing that it's cliched, but that you really mean it.
Yeah, nah, for real.
You didn't like Lecrae and Gangsta Boo?
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't like that. I'm just saying it's random that you ask a question. You
Well,
go,
because
what
she
if
could just be talking just vile nonsense, just crazy gutter nonsense.
Yeah.
And he could be praising the Lord on the other side. You would get both things.
That's weird.
I think that'd be weird.
Yeah.
You know what? Tech Nine want to do a record like that one time. Yeah, he asked me. He's like, yo,
Oh, both sides. Let me be the devil. You be the.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Murs was like, yo, y'all should do a whole tour like that, like you and Strange Music. It would be like Heaven and Hell tour. I was like,
That's actually really tight. I like Tech Nine's version of it better, but yeah, you're on to something.
My sales pitch was bad, but the idea was good.
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Now I don't
Y'all
want to
gonna
see.
stop hating on me.
I
I don't want to
I
see
don't want to
Lecrae
see.
gathering of the
You see
Juggalos.
it?
Here we
Yeah.
go.
You
Here
see
we
it?
go,
I don't think I want to see
man.
Lecrae and Cardi B. It's weird.
Lecrae and Cardi B, I'm good on.
Would you ever do a show at a strip club?
Nah, I'm good.
You ever been to a strip club?
Yeah, once upon a time. I'm good. I don't.
You're just gonna keep pushing. What about a crack house? We ever do it at a crack house?
You ever shot dope? You ever did heroin?
Yes.
I know.
That he's
He does
done.
have a story.
That's a different story.
Yes.
That's another
You guys
story.
give it. I love you, bro. Good seeing you, man.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Appreciate it.